livre para todas as idades. Biografia. Sylvester Stallone.
He's very intellectual, and he's very artistic, and he's surprising. He's a surprise. The core of Sylvester always stayed the same. I mean, he really is an artist, you know. And I want to tell you, he can write, he can paint, he can direct. He's a poet, and that's who he is.
He paints huge paintings, very bold colors, and he uses a lot of thick paint. I have seen some really great work, paintings instead of himself as Rocky, but they're just abstract paintings also, which are my favorites.
Rocky e pouco mais.
He tries to send a scent, you know, of being like, leave me the hell alone. You know, I don't want to bother with nobody, but it's all crap.
He always gives everybody everything. He gives them his life, his soul, every inch of him he can possibly give. And then when they don't sort of come around, it's very disappointing. And I have to keep reminding him it's a business. These aren't really your friends. You have your friends, and you have to separate the two. And I think he has a hard time doing that.
When there's a falling out between people who you assumed were your friends, and go, it's just business. And that, to me, is not right. It's not just business. And when you're buddies, and business takes a back seat to that.
And he's got a friend or two. I, unfortunately, was chosen as one of them.
Once you're really friends with him, it's like you've always known him. I can't remember when I met him. I mean, I feel like I've known him for forever.
Sly's loyalty factor is, you know, a 10 out of 10.
We met, I think, at a concert.
Backstage at a show in Los Angeles.
And he was wearing, I think, a yellow wig. So I thought, looks great to me. You know, I mean, he looked like, you know, Beethoven from space.
He was really famous when I met him. I mean, couldn't be more famous than when I first met him. But I've never found him to be big-headed and, you know, a friend for life.
He's a really generous guy. I've seen him go out of his way to do things to help people, and well, he doesn't do it because he wants people to know about it. He just does it because he's a good guy.
It's about loyalty, about friendship, and that's why you sometimes get your heart broken. You wear it on your sleeve. It's going to get slapped. It's going to get bruised. But in the end, you really are you're loyal to yourself, and that's really what counts.
He has a very sensitive side to him. He's a very gentle man, and that's what I see in Rocky. I see a person that is just all heart. And when I met him, I didn't expect to see that after I got to know him, was that side of him, and that surprised me.
A vida em aquário.
We went into a Toys R Us. He got mobbed by, must have been 5,000 8-year-olds. Hey, what's going on? I mean, usually it's, you know, like guys, hey, Rocky, I love you. Can I have an autograph over here? It's kids. He was like Willy Wonka. I mean, all these people, like, just piled up on him because Spy Kids came out. I said, this is absolutely insane. If he started from here and walked down a freeway across the United States on oncoming traffic, everybody would know who he is. It's pretty scary. So you can't be anonymous. So I think, considering how well known he is, I think he's very gracious.
We know we're going to be photographed, so, you know, you dress the part, you look the way they want you to look. You know, you wear the clothes and the things, and you try to look like he's a movie star and I'm his pretty arm companion, but that's not who we are. I mean, that's just for the pictures, and that's great, and everyone gets a good picture out of that. But who we really are is when we're home with our family and friends.
For 20 years, I was very, very ambitious and trying to do everything and completely absorbed in the blur of acquisition and getting things and trying to acquire more power, more this, more notoriety, and what, and I don't care what anyone says, that's what it's all about. And that quite often requires abandoning a lot of your private life. And I did that. And now if I had to do a retrospect, it's not worth it. But I didn't know then, because, you know, the way I was raised was a different concept.
My mother's side of the family were very educated. You know, they were lawyers, and my father's, you know, was a hard-working immigrant guy from Italy. It was not unlike most 1950s baby boom childhoods. You know, broken home, parents got married multiple times.
Yeah, we hit a lot of potholes on the road of life.
We are, you know, the American tale. I mean, they came over in the bottom of a boat in the 30s.
You know, self-made people that were still trying to figure out the American dream.